What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but with the weather finally turning nice, finally able to have the garage door open. I think all week it's supposed to be in the 60s, almost 70 degrees. Just got tired of working out here with the heater running, having everything cold, but good weather's here, so I'm going to take advantage of it. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and upgrade the communication system. And this is what I went with. It's the Midland MXT 275 series. I know it's a 15 watt. You can get all the way up to a 50 watt. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and run the 15 watt. Everybody's using it. Everybody always seems to have good luck with it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try and see how it works out. But the cool thing is, with this unit, all the controls are on the handheld unit. There's a speaker on here, and then this is the base unit, and there's a speaker on the bottom of this. So the one that I was going to get is the one that most people run. It's got all the controls on the front of this. It's just kind of your standard setup. But that one was really hard to get. A lot of the places, even Amazon, places like that, they just didn't have it. And even getting my hands on this one was a little difficult. So I was able to find it locally, went out, picked it up, cost me between about $170, $180 with tax, so it might be different wherever you guys are at. I do like this one a little bit more. And I can show you why here. Let's hop in the Jeep and I'll demonstrate what I got going on. These in, they'll put them down here on the center console, or they'll put them up on the dashboard or even overhead. I do like that, but the cool thing is with this unit, everything being on the mic, I can actually hide that other unit somewhere and not have to deal with, you know, having that thing mounted out somewhere. Most people, they mount them right down here, and that's fine, it works. But I don't really need this unit to be exposed, because like I said, all the controls, including the speaker, is right here on the handheld unit. So if I mount the base unit down here, then you got to deal with the cord that's going to go across everything, and you're going to have this cord down here. Well, I don't like that idea because it's going to be in the way of all this, and then you could maybe ride it down and behind here or wherever. So what I'm thinking is, by mounting the base unit back inside here and then having the cord come out the top, then I can put my handheld unit right up here. Now, how am I going to do that? Let me show you. What I picked up is this guy right here. So you can get this thing here off Amazon. I think it's listed between $17 and $20. Or if you don't want to wait like me, when you're out, you can run by a Pilot, a Love's, whatever truck stop there is nearby you. And they do sell these, but I can tell you, because it's at a truck stop, it costs you a little bit more. I think I paid like $26 or $27 for this thing, but I got it. It's here. Don't have to wait for it to be shipped. So took care of that. So now, as far as wiring goes, they send you this. It's got the normal cigarette outlet. But you can hardwire it, and in the instructions itself, it does say you can cut this wire off and throw this away or use it for something else, and then you can hardwire it in. So what my goal is, on the Jeeps, you have two cigarette lighter outlets. This one is for when the key is on, and this one is for constantly on. So seeing as how I don't use this very much or at all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch the cigarette lighter port over to this. And I picked this up, of course, off Amazon. And what it has is two USB ports, and then in the middle it'll light up, and it's got a battery voltage display. So I'm going to remove the standard outlet. I'm going to put this in, and then on the back for the wiring, I'm going to piggyback off of the original wiring that goes to this. So this will work, and then I'm going to wire in the wiring for the GMRS unit. The other thing we also have to worry about is the antenna. So it comes with this antenna. It's a short little thing. I know that you can upgrade from this one to like a 3 or 6 dB antenna. They got the little short stubby hidden ones, but for right now I'm going to go ahead and run the antenna that came with. If there's any issues, or if I want, you know, if you can get better range out of it, they always say upgrade your antenna. Go with a better antenna, you're going to have a little bit better range. But for right now, I'm going to use what it came with. If I notice that I have a lot of problems out on the trail, then I'll consider upgrading it. So the way this is designed, this unit, of course, plugs into the back of the CB. Or I keep calling it CB. It's a two-way radio system now. CBs are old school. This will come with, one side's going to have your adhesive, and this has got the magnet on the end of it. So you stick this where you want it, magnet down, you're good to go. And then what I hate about these, I don't get it. If you were going to run this through your firewall, you'd have to drill a hole that big, half-inch hole through your firewall, just to get this tiny little cord through. I wish they would make these removable, where you could just pull this off, drill a smaller hole in your firewall, put a rubber grommet in, and you're good. But they don't make it to where either end is removable. So either way, you're gonna have to drill a gigantic hole to get this to go through, because that does not come off the end of there. I don't know why they do that. I wish they would just put a small little screw-in piece on the back of one of these, so the hole going through it is a lot smaller. So Midland, if you're listening to this, or any other company that makes these, please put some kind of a screw-in piece on either this end or this end, so you can take it off and have a smaller hole drilled through your firewall. But I'm going to run mine a different way. Let me show you where that's going. So now that we're on top of the Jeep, what I decided to do, you always want to put your antenna as high as you can get it on your vehicle. That way there's no interference with anything, and you're going to get a good signal out of it. So what I did, I had a little piece of aluminum laying around. I made a little bracket that's going to slide right into the railing on my side awning. And then right on top, I can mount my antenna like so. Time to stop talking, time to start working. Let's get started. Okay, so what we got going on, we got the wiring that's going to go to the USB charging plug down below, branches off into the two plugs, which we're going to wire into the factory wiring. And then I routed this wire up to the back. This will go to the radio itself. What I've done here to get the radio to fit good, I've mounted it sideways back here in the back, because the way that this thing mounts in here, it's got these tabs on it that hold it in place. And if I did it up and down, I couldn't slide it up and to get it out. So by doing it sideways, it'll slide in, lock in. I just used the 3 little factory screws that came with it, and this right here is it's a pretty soft plastic, so it'll hold it fine. It shouldn't come out of there. If it does, we'll have to redesign that with some bigger screws maybe, but for right now, it seems to be holding. I'm pulling on it pretty good, and it's not popping out. So I'll show you guys here. Cigarette lighter piece. It looks like this on the back side. It's the same thing over here, but there's like an inner piece in here that's like molded into this housing. I couldn't get mine out very well, so all I did was I took like a carbide burring bit and just opened this up just enough to where this will slide in. There we go. So that'll sit nice and flush, and then it's got the backing screw that'll screw onto it to hold it in place. And then once that's in, all we gotta do is connect the wiring to it, and this part of it will be done. And then we'll run the antenna mount, or the antenna up, put the mount on, screw that down, run the wiring in. All right, so where we're at, cable comes down, round under here through the weather strip. And then I didn't have to trim anything. I just tucked it down inside the weather strip because it's so small. And then it comes over and then back. So this way, if it moves, it's gonna have that whole piece in there holding it down rather than try to like just straight up and under where it's gonna cut it. So then it comes in, took this panel down, ran it all the way down through, down to the dash. I took the lower half of the dash out, and now we're gonna chase it around. Since there's plenty of room down in here, what I'll do is I'll roll up any extra and I'll attach it to something in there. That way it's not taking up too much space all back up in here. So, not too terrible a project. You know, you see videos where guys just start jamming wires wherever back and behind things. They don't take any panels down. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right the first time. Take all the panels down that you need to get access to wherever you want. And it just makes it a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, get this all around, and then run up into here, and I'll get back to you. We got the radio mounted, antenna's plugged in, power cable's plugged in, handheld's plugged in right there. Now, how did I get the handheld from back here to where I'm going to use it? Well, like I said earlier, this back piece back here has a little bit of movement to it, and that's your venting duct that runs up for your defrost and your other vents. So what I was going to do was drill a hole somewhere up here in the top of the dash, you know, where it's hidden. But what I found was you can actually access underneath from up here. So the defroster works fine. All I did was I removed one of these little cross pieces and then slid the cable through it. And then now I got to mount the little hanger that'll put it up here. So then when I use it, it just pulls out, goes right back up. It's out of the way. It's not like it's going to be coming up off the floor and all up in the way of everything, where I'm always going to be fumbling over it when I have my phone mounted right here and then my tablet and all that stuff. So I figure it's pretty nice, keeps it out of the way. But up next, we're going to get the radio back in, get the whole center console put back together, and then I'll go ahead and start mounting the retractable piece for the mic. All right, dash is all put back together. Let's throw a key in there and make sure it works. Real quick, you'll notice this used to have a cover on it, but the angle that it's at, because it kind of does point down a little bit, with that cover on, you couldn't see the numbers for the volt gauge, so that is now gone. So now it works fine. So let's see where we're at. So
we can resolve your
that's reading. Radio's working. And handheld's working. So I don't have any way of testing it currently. It's got the weather on it, so let's see how the weather looks.
High is 80 degrees, which was set in 1972. Today's low temperature of 28 degrees occurred at 5:44 a.m.
I am happy with it. This up here will be out of the way. I got this on here, so that'll hold it up here. I was gonna like mount it up here, but to reach over here and then have to fumble trying to hang it back up or put it right here. I just don't want the cord to be all up in the way all the time. So by putting it on this, you know, when you're done using it, pulls it right back and you're good to go. Very happy with it. Clean install, sounds good. Be nice to get out on the trail and be able to talk to people without having to pull out your phone. All right, well, that's going to do it for this project. Really happy with how it turned out. I haven't been able to test it yet because I haven't gone any trails and I haven't run into anybody that has another two-way radio. It will be nice to see how it works and how much distance I can get out of it when I'm out on the highway and all that, talking with people. It'll be a lot easier than having, like I said, pull your phone out and start calling everybody on like a group call or something. But side note, the Moore Expo down in Springfield, Missouri, it's April 8th through April 10th. It's at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. I am planning on going to that. I plan on doing probably Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to try to find somewhere nice to camp down there overnight. So if you are planning on going to the Moore Expo down in Springfield, Missouri, keep your eyes out. If you see me, come on by, say hi. I'd really love to start meeting some of you guys that are subscribers and just kind of talking about the Jeep and what's going on with it. The Jeep will be there, and it'd be cool to kind of show it off and see what everybody's got going on with their rigs. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you in the next video.